All right, let's jump right into it. Picture this scenario. You're scrolling through job listings on a Tuesday night, and you find one that seems absolutely perfect on paper. It's totally safe, the environment is super comfortable, it pays well, and you are 100% fully qualified for it. You could literally do it in your sleep. But right below it, you spot another listing, and this one is noticeably harder. The salary has some performance-based uncertainty, you'll definitely have to learn a bunch of complex new skills, and to be brutally honest, there is a very real chance you might fail. So which one do you pick? If we go by traditional assumptions about human nature, we are supposed to be cognitive misers. The principle of least effort says you'd instantly click apply on that safe, comfortable job, right? We're supposedly wired to conserve our energy and avoid mental strain at all costs. Except that is not what the science actually says. We've been told our whole lives that our brains naturally create the easy way out. But today, we're going to completely shatter that assumption. Welcome to this Mind Spectrum Explainer, where we are uncovering a highly counterintuitive truth. The reality is, your brain is actually not wired for comfort. It is wired for conflict, struggle, and challenge. Now, I know that sounds completely backwards, especially when you're feeling exhausted after a long day. But the latest data on this is absolutely mind-blowing, and it's going to completely reframe how you understand your own motivation. Get this, 76%. Back in 2026, researchers at the University of Birmingham published a landmark study in the journal Nature Communications that basically turned decades of decision science totally upside down. They designed this incredibly clever experiment where they gave participants a free choice between two tasks. Task A was extremely easy, just basic pattern recognition, super low mental effort, and almost zero chance of making a mistake. Task B, on the other hand, was hard. It involved complex problem solving, required intense focus, and carried a significant chance of getting the answers completely wrong. Traditional psychology says almost everyone should take the easy out, but an overwhelming 76% of people freely chose the complex, high-effort task. And they didn't just do it as a one-off fluke either. They consistently chose the harder path across multiple rounds, fully knowing it would take way more effort. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Why on earth would anyone's brain voluntarily sign up for extra work if it absolutely doesn't have to? Well, the answer lies in a specific region deep inside your skull, the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, or the DLPFC. This is the part of your brain responsible for high-level planning and cognitive control. And when researchers scanned the brains of the people choosing the hard task, they saw something truly fascinating. The DLPFC wasn't lighting up after they started the hard work, like a muscle gritting its teeth to get through a painful chore. No, it was lighting up and becoming highly active before they even made the choice. Your brain isn't forcing itself to suffer, it's eagerly anticipating the challenge. Think of it like a video game. Why do gamers voluntarily play on hard mode instead of easy? Because easy mode gets incredibly boring after about 10 minutes. Hard mode, however, keeps you locked in for hours. The Birmingham researchers discovered that the brain operates on a dopamine prediction error system, and it is calibrated way differently than we originally thought. When your brain anticipates a difficult problem, it actually prepares to release a much larger dopamine reward than it would for a guaranteed easy win. Easy mode is basically like a slot machine that pays out 1 single cent every single time you pull the lever. It's totally predictable and utterly boring. But hard mode? That is a high-stakes poker game. Yes, there's a chance of failure, which is scary, but the dopamine hit from the potential win is massive. And that brings us to this awesome concept called cognitive fitness. Your brain isn't just looking for a quick chemical thrill, it's actually playing the long game. Just like your physical muscles get stronger by lifting heavy weights at the gym, your brain's executive function, driven by that DLPFC we just talked about, actually gets stronger from the friction of solving hard problems. The study found that people who regularly opted for the difficult tasks performed noticeably better on completely unrelated cognitive tests 6 months later. By choosing the mental workout today, your brain is actively investing in becoming sharper and more capable for whatever life throws at you tomorrow. Real-world cognitive fitness, applying the science. So, how does this actually play out for us in the real world? Well, it shows up in 3 major areas. First off, think about that addictive flow state. You know that feeling when you're working on a deeply complex project? Time just completely vanishes, and you emerge 3 hours later feeling strangely amazing? That's your brain's dopamine system actively rewarding you for choosing the hard path. It's exactly why we sometimes voluntarily stay up until 2 a.m. debugging code or perfecting a presentation, instead of just going to sleep. Second, there's the work comfort trap. If you're in a job where absolutely everything is easy, your brain is literally starving for cognitive challenge. This explains why people with seemingly cushy jobs often feel restless, intensely bored, or even depressed. Their DLPFC is practically screaming for a workout. And third, For any parents out there raising resilient kids, if you see your child struggling with a math problem, the natural parental instinct is to swoop in and give them the answer, right? But the science suggests the struggle itself is the reward. By saying, hey, this looks hard, your brain is about to get stronger. You're training their developing dopamine systems to actually love the hard path rather than fear it. Okay, hold up. I know exactly what objection is bubbling up in your head right now. Researchers call this the effort paradox. If our brains genuinely love a challenge so much, and if we get this massive dopamine hit from doing difficult things, why do we spend entire weekends binge watching Netflix? Why do we dodge hard work, avoid the gym, and put off that complex project until the absolute last possible minute? Seriously, if we are biologically wired for the hard path, why does our actual behavior so often default to the path of least resistance? The answer to the effort paradox all boils down to your current stress baseline. When you are relaxed and feeling secure, your brain is in long-term fitness mode. It wants to grow, it wants to engage the DLPFC, and it voluntarily picks the hard tasks. But when you are experiencing acute stress, burnout, or emotional overwhelm, your brain completely shifts gears. It goes into short-term survival mode. And in survival mode, the primary directive is simply to conserve energy at all costs, so it temporarily defaults to the easy tasks, like just zoning out to a screen. So listen, if you've been feeling overwhelmed and opting for the couch lately, your brain isn't broken and you aren't inherently lazy. You've just been operating in survival mode.
But that leads to an even deeper question, the one that literally keeps cognitive researchers up at night. Even when you aren't in survival mode, and even when you know a project is important and potentially really rewarding, why does it feel so incredibly hard to just start? You know that paralyzing resistance you feel when you're staring at a completely blank document or anticipating a difficult conversation you know you really need to have? Your brain is screaming, don't do it, it's going to be hard. If your brain actually wants the hard thing, as the Birmingham study proved, why is there such a massive wall of initial resistance right before you begin?
The culprit here is a fascinating concept called metacognition. This is literally your brain's ability to think about its own thinking. When you're anticipating a future task, you aren't just evaluating the task itself. You are running highly complex internal simulations of how you're going to feel, how you're going to perform, and what the consequences of that performance might be. Metacognition creates an intense biological tug-of-war inside your head right at the starting line of any difficult endeavor. And that creates a literal battle between two brain regions. This is exactly where procrastination lives. On one side, you have your DLPFC. It's looking at the hard task, anticipating that sweet dopamine reward, and saying, yes, I want this challenge, let's grow. But on the other side, metacognition triggers your amygdala, the brain's fear center. The amygdala runs a simulation of you failing, looking foolish, or being rejected. So procrastination isn't laziness at all. It's the exact moment your DLPFC's desire for a challenge is overpowered by your amygdala's fear of the potential cost of failing. Your brain desperately wants to do the work. It is just terrified of the risk. I really want you to let this idea sink in for a second. What if the thing you're avoiding isn't actually dangerous? It's just the exact thing your brain was built to do. Think about the last time you chose the easy path. Be honest with yourself here. Was it really because you genuinely needed the rest? Or was it because your amygdala hijacked the process and made you afraid that the hard path would break you? The real skill we need to develop isn't just choosing hard tasks. It's learning to trust that we will survive the failure. Because deep down, your brain already craves the challenge. So let's turn all this science into a super quick, actionable framework you can use literally today to override that lazy narrative. Step 1. Recognize the fear response. The very next time you feel the urge to procrastinate, identify it for what it actually is. It's just your amygdala acting up, not a lack of drive. Step 2. Consciously tell yourself, my brain actually wants this. Remind yourself of the DLPFC and that massive dopamine reward waiting for you on the other side of the friction. And step 3, get out of your own way. Stop fighting your brain's innate desire for cognitive fitness, push past that initial amygdala warning bell, and just start. The bottom line? Your brain isn't lazy, and it is certainly not wired for comfort. It is beautifully, relentlessly wired for a challenge. If this explainer made you entirely rethink that big project you've been putting off, hit like and subscribe to Mind Spectrum. And I'll leave you with this final thought. If your brain is literally built to do hard things, what incredible potential is sitting dormant just behind your fear of failure? What is the hardest thing you're going to voluntarily choose to do next? Share your cognitive workouts in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next explainer.